Daylight saving time increases heart attacks by 24%. Nobody wants it, and yet we keep doing it. Here are the 7 real reasons why it won't die. Before we get to the real reasons, let's kill 3 myths fast. Myth 1, it's for farmers. Nope. Farmers hated it so much they got it repealed after 1 year in 1918. Cows don't observe legislation. Myth 2, it saves energy. Wrong. Studies show it actually increases electricity use. We save 5% on lamps and spend 30% more on air conditioning. Myth 3, everyone does it. Only 70 out of 195 countries still do this. Europe's phasing it out. Asia never adopted it. Arizona tried it once and said, absolutely not. So if it's not for farmers, doesn't save energy, and most of the world abandoned it, why does America keep doing this? Here are the 7 actual reasons. Reason number 1, the candy lobby extended it. Alright, reason number 1, there's a candy lobby and they got involved. In the 1980s, the candy industry walked into Congress with a proposal, extend daylight saving time so it covers Halloween. The logic was beautifully simple. More evening daylight on October 31st means parents feel safer letting kids trick-or-treat, which means more trick-or-treating, which means more candy consumption, which means higher Q4 earnings. And here's the crazy part, Congress listened. In 1986, they passed a law moving the end of daylight saving specifically to cover Halloween. America literally changed when the sun sets on paper to sell more Reese's cups. It worked. Halloween candy sales now generate over $3 billion annually, partly thanks to extended trick-or-treating hours. So every time you change your clocks in November and feel vaguely terrible for a week, remember, a small part of that misery exists because Big Candy wanted to boost quarterly earnings. Your sleep schedule is collateral damage in the war for fun-sized Snickers. That's reason 1. Now here's where it gets even weirder. Reason number 2, golf courses need evening sunlight. Reason number 2, golf. Yes, golf. A sport played by approximately 7% of Americans is one of the reasons 330 million people change their clocks twice a year. Here's the deal. Golf courses see 10 to 20% higher participation during daylight saving months because people can play after work. Twilight tee times, evening rounds, all require daylight after 5 p.m. And look, golf is a massive industry. Courses, equipment, memberships, it's worth billions. So when Congress debates getting rid of daylight saving, the golf lobby shows up and basically says, if you take away our evening sunlight, we lose revenue. Let me say that again. Part of the reason you lose an hour of sleep every March is so a small percentage of Americans can hit a ball with a stick after dinner. But here's the thing, golf isn't alone, which brings us to reason 3. Reason number 3, retail depends on evening spending. Reason number 3, retail stores discovered that evening sunlight makes people spend money. Studies show consumer spending measurably increases during daylight saving months. When it's still light at 7 p.m., people think, the day's not over. I should go somewhere. I should buy something. Restaurants see higher traffic, retail stores see more foot traffic. Shopping malls, back when those existed, saw huge boosts. The psychology is simple. Darkness signals, go home. Sunlight signals, keep spending. So industries like retail, restaurants, and leisure absolutely depend on evening daylight to boost revenue. For them, daylight saving time isn't an inconvenience, it's a revenue generator. And here's where it gets strategically stupid. You'd think these industries would lobby for permanent daylight saving, right? Keep the evening sun year round. No more clock changes. Everyone wins? Wrong. Which brings us to reason 4. Reason number 4, industries fear permanent standard time. Alright, reason number 4 is the darkest and dumbest reason on this list. The industries that benefit from daylight saving, retail, golf, restaurants, are terrified of pushing for permanent daylight saving because Congress might accidentally pick permanent standard time instead. Picture this. If lawmakers chose permanent standard time, winter schedules year-round, it would mean darkness at 4:45 p.m. in December and in July. For retail and golf, that's an extinction-level event. So instead of pushing for a fix and risking disaster, they quietly support keeping the current broken system, because at least the broken system guarantees them spring forward every year. It's predictably annoying, but here's the thing. Predictable chaos beats potential catastrophe. Think about that. We're suffering through clock changes twice a year because industries are afraid Congress might fix it wrong. That's reason number 4. Now let's talk about Congress. Reason number 5. Congress passed a fix, then did nothing. Reason number 5. Congress actually tried to fix this and then just stopped. Ready for this? Almost everyone agrees we should stop changing the clocks. Democrats want it gone. Republicans want it gone. Sleep scientists want it gone. Exhausted parents want it gone. In 2022, the Senate actually did something. They passed a bill called the Sunshine Protection Act to make daylight saving permanent. No more clock changes, ever. It passed unanimously, 100-0. Democrats and Republicans agreeing on something in 2022. It was like seeing a unicorn shake hands with Bigfoot. And then, nothing happened. Watch this. Once the bill reached the House, lawmakers hit a wall made entirely of themselves. Should we do permanent daylight saving? Permanent standard time? Let each state choose. Copy Arizona. Sleep scientists said permanent standard time is healthier. It matches human biology. Retail and golf said permanent daylight saving is better for the economy. Parents said just pick one. Anyone. I'm begging you. Congress said nothing. The bill stalled and quietly died. So now we're back to changing the clocks twice a year, even though literally nobody wants to keep doing this. And look, this is the perfect summary of modern American politics. Everyone agrees there's a problem. Nobody can agree on the solution, so the broken system just continues forever. That's reason 5. Now here's where it gets technical. Reason number 6, it's embedded in 100 years of infrastructure. Reason number 6, daylight saving time has been glued into America's infrastructure for over 100 years. And at this point, removing it might break everything else. I'm serious. It's embedded in federal law, 48 different state laws, airline schedules, train schedules, school start times, business calendars, and every digital device you own. Your phone updates automatically because it expects the change. Check this out. When Arizona opted out of daylight saving, it created chaos for anyone doing business across state lines. Software systems broke, scheduling systems failed, even TV programming had to adjust. Now imagine doing that nationally. Imagine removing daylight saving from every system that's been built around it for a century. Airlines would have to reprogram flight schedules. Schools would have to adjust start times. Businesses would have to coordinate across time zones differently. Once something is this tangled into infrastructure and daily life, it becomes almost impossible to remove without breaking 100 other things. Here's what I mean. Daylight saving is less like a policy at this point and more like a legacy glitch in America's operating system. It's bad code that's been running for 100 years, and nobody knows what will break if we try to uninstall it. And that brings us to reason 7. Reason number 7, nobody dares remove it. Alright, reason number 7, and this is the reason it will probably never die. Nobody wants to be the person who breaks everything. Think about it. Imagine you're a politician. You vote to abolish daylight saving. It passes. And then, airlines miss connections because scheduling systems break. Schools start at the wrong time because calendars weren't updated. Businesses lose money because international coordination fails. Your phone's alarm doesn't go off because the update failed. And who gets blamed? You, the politician who broke America's clocks. So instead of taking that risk, everyone just keeps the broken system running because the fear of unintended consequences is stronger than the desire to fix an annoying problem. And look, this isn't hypothetical. When Congress tried to make daylight saving year-round in the 1970s during the energy crisis, it caused chaos. Kids were walking to school in pitch darkness. Morning accidents increased. Public opinion turned so negative they repealed it after 8 months. So now, every time Congress debates this, someone brings up the 1970s disaster and everyone backs away slowly. The result? We're stuck with a system everyone hates because nobody dares remove it. And by the way, that clock on your microwave that's been wrong for 6 months, that's daylight saving's fault too. You changed the oven clock, you changed the car clock, but the microwave won. You've accepted defeat. We all have. So there you have it. Candy lobbying, golf profits, retail spending, fear of picking the wrong fix, congressional gridlock, 100 years of infrastructure, and nobody dares touch it. 7 reasons America would rather suffer through a broken system twice a year than actually fix it. The sun's fine. We're the idiots. If you enjoyed learning why America can't quit a broken time system, hit subscribe. We've got plenty more American chaos to unravel. And if you're watching from Arizona or Hawaii, congratulations, you already won.